Welcome to PPAP! And we're so blessed to have today as our very first guest po natin siya ngayon dito sa PPAP. Ilang years na ba tayo sa PPAP? 5 years?
5 years.
Yes. Pero mo, after 5 years, lumitaw si Reverend Kevin Joshua Cosme! Yay! Rev!
Opo, thank you very much po, Tita June and Tita Malu. It's such a pleasure po to be able to guest on the PPAP show. Oo nga po, 5 years na po pala, no? And hindi ko po akalain. 5 years ago, nasa seminary pa po ako and awa ng Diyos, dito na po ako. Opo, so again, ako po si Reverend Kevin Joshua Cosme. Isa po akong deacon ng Diocese of Paranaque. Ako po yung bunso ng mga clergy ng ating diocese ngayon. I was ordained po as a deacon noong May 1, 2021, last year lang. This is my 8th month po in the diaconate. Tapos currently po, ako po yung Deacon Companion / alalay ng obispo. So dito po ako nakatira sa residence ni Bishop Jesse Mercado sa likod po ng Madonna Parish. Graduate po ako ng San Carlos Seminary for 10 years. San Carlos sa Makati po, 2020. Tapos after graduating, ngayon po pinag-aaral po ako ng canon law sa UST. Yeah.
Sige po.
Ano po, so ang aking pong assigned topic ng ating sharing for this Sunday is Article 195 of Amoris Laetitia, ang ating encyclical from our beloved Pope Francis. So maybe we can start by reading that article po. Article 195. Growing up with brothers and sisters makes for a beautiful experience of caring for and helping one another. For fraternity and families is especially radiant when we see the care, the patience, the affection that surround the little brother or sister who is frail, sick, or disabled. It must be acknowledged that having a brother or a sister who loves you is a profound, precious, and unique experience. Children do need to be patiently taught to treat one another as brothers and sisters. This training at times, quite demanding, is a true school of socialization. In some countries where it has become quite common to have only one child, the experience of being a brother or sister is less and less common. When it has been possible to have only one child, ways have been found to ensure that he or she does not grow up alone or isolated. Article 195. It's a very beautiful article po. I-situate lang natin siya. It's in chapter 5 of Amoris Laetitia. And chapter 5 is about family and fruitfulness. So nilay down po ni Pope Francis in the preceding chapters yung theology ng family life. Ngayon, he starts to talk about concretely, specifically, the members of the family. He begins with talking about yung mothers and then yung fathers, yung mga adopted children, tapos yung mga grandparents. My parents or grandparents na, I'm very proud of it then. Yeah. Tapos finally yung mga brothers and sisters po. We talk about ourselves sa simbahan po in terms of kinship eh. Diba? Si brother June, si Sister Malu, si Father Willie, for example. Ganun. Tapos tayong mga sa culture po natin sa Pilipinas, we also speak in kinship terms. It's a common feature po in Asian languages. So kahit hindi mo kakilala o hindi mo naman blood relationship, na tawag mo siyang kuya or ate, o tito, tita, plantita, or lolo and lola, diba? A very family knit, closely knit ang ating family relationships. So I guess gets natin yung flavor ng section na to on being brothers and sisters. I'd like to draw up maybe just 2 simple points from that paragraph and also from the preceding paragraph. Kasi meron pong 2 articles related to brothers and sisters. Article 194 and Article 195, yung kakabasa lang natin. The first point that I'd like to make is very thought-provoking. Children need to be patiently taught to treat one another as brothers and sisters. Sa family ko po, dalawa lang kami ng kuya ko. We were supposed to be 4 eh. Kaso before si kuya, tsaka before ako, nakunan si mommy. Kaya yun, naging dalawa na kami. Before ako ipanganak, sabi ng mommy ko kay Lord, Lord, um, kung nabuhay tong anak ko, okay lang sa akin magpari siya. Di ko alam, may ganun pala sinabi lang sa akin ng mommy ko yun a few months ago. Ay, kaya pala ako napunta dito. Anyway, we were supposed to be 4, but now that we are 2. Yung kuya ko po is 9 years ahead of me. Medyo malaki yung age gap namin. And he has his own family na. Tapos, he has his own life na. Growing up, parang that's how I always saw him eh. Kuya figure, tapos. Pero hindi kami yung super close kasi hindi kami, medyo malayo yung age limit namin. No? Pero it's something that you learn. Ay, ang naalala ko lang, yung nagkaroon kami ng major fight ng kuya ko nung high school ako. Kasi yung kuya ko, maaga siya nagsimula mag-drive and he was supposed to fetch me from school kasi patapos na yung period namin noon sa Manresa. Sunduin niya ako, hindi ko na kung yung nangyari, basta nagkaroon ng gulo sa schedule, tapos na-late ata si kuya, tapos parang nagalit siya sa akin. Dati hindi naman kami nag-aaway. Tapos nung sa sasakyan, nag-away kami ng malaki. Laki-laki talaga. Hanggang dun sa pagbaba ng sasakyan, punta ako sa kwarto ko, slammed my door talaga. Grabe. First time kong makaranas ng simpleng fight na ganong kalaki. And then eventually, parang wala mo nang imikan. And then the following days, naging okay na kami. And after that, it never happened again. It's something that you learn lang na as a brother to somebody else, meron kayong differences of personalities. And minsan hindi kayo magkakasundo. Pero you're still brother to that person and he's also a brother to you. And eventually at the end of the day, para magkakasundo din kayo, hopefully. It's something that you have to learn in the family. Kasi I'm sure naman po, so Tita June, Tita Malu, everybody, all the parents here, you are all familiar with sibling rivalry. Maraming 2 or more children, tapos syempre di natin maiiwasan, meron tayong isang anak na mas binibigyan ng attention for one reason or another. Siguro, meron siyang special needs. Or baka ito lang yung mas mabait talaga na anak natin na madaling mahalin. It tends to create some sort of sibling rivalry. Or even without those things, meron pa ring sibling rivalry. It's been a big problem, even in biblical times. Kasi we have some models of siblings in the Bible that we can return to. Tingnan natin sa Old Testament, I can think of at least 3 examples ng sibling rivalry. The first one was Cain and Abel. Ito yung pinakamatinding sibling rivalry kasi it came right after the fall of man. So 'di ba ginawa ni God yung buong mundo, napakaganda, pinipare niya yung lahat para sa human family. Tapos ginawa niya si Adam and Eve pagkatapos. And then the plan was so beautiful, pero Adam and Eve sinned. And then nagkaroon sila ng mga anak, and then the first sin after the fall was the murder of a brother, fratricide. We know the story of Cain and Abel, di ba? Nag-offer si Cain, siya yung isang he was a farmer, then Abel was a shepherd. Na gustuhan ni Lord yung offering ni Abel for some reason, hindi na gustuhan ni Lord yung offering ni Cain for some reason. Nagsela si Cain. Pinatay niya si Abel. And then the haunting question resounds through all of history and to all of us who have brothers and sisters. Tinanong ng Diyos si Cain, where is your brother? Where is your brother? Tinanong ni Cain, am I my brother's keeper? Ako ba yung taga-alaga ng kapatid ko? And that is played out numerous times in the history of mankind na kung saan merong inggit sa pamilya, you would be surprised. Brothers and sisters are willing to fight over it and even to have the other person killed. Another example, sa medyo ibang context, si Jacob and Esau. Sila yung mga anak ni Isaac. Pero tungkol din siya sa inggit. Si Esau, yung elder brother nung dalawang magkapatid. Tapos nung mamamatay na si Isaac, gusto niya ibigay yung blessing. Isa na yung blessing for some reason na pwede niyang ibigay. Tapos gusto ni Jacob, gusto actually ng nanay ni Jacob na mapunta yung blessing na yon sa anak niyang si Jacob. So nagkuntsaba sila. Ito yung gagawin mo. kukunwari magsuot ka ng ng balat ng hayop kasi yung kapatid mong si Iso, balbon yun. Tapos yung ama mo na malabo na yung mata, hindi niya mapapansin. So ginawa niya. Tapos nagluto siya ng soup na alam nung nanay ni Jacob na magustuhan ng anak, ama nila sa Isaac. In short, nadaya ni Jacob si Iso. At yung inheritance, yung mana na dapat kay Iso, napunta kay Jacob. Jealousy breeds rivalry, breeds dayaan. And then lastly, we have another example, Joseph and his brothers. Si Joseph yung bunsong anak. And syempre, mahal na mahal yung bunsong anak kasi siya yung favorite ng tatay. Tapos ginawa ng tatay si Joseph ng isang napakagandang robe. Joseph, the brothers of Joseph were very jealous of Joseph and the robe. And then siya yung dreamer daw kasi. So yung punot dulo ng nangyari ay they wanted to kill Joseph. Pero one of their brothers was able to mitigate that plan. And sabi niya, instead of killing our brother, why don't we sell him na lang? Tapos magpanggap na lang tayo na pinatay siya ng hayop. So yun nga, binenta si Joseph. That is what brothers can do to each other when jealousy is involved. Sibling rivalry. Kaya sa atin pong mga I don't know, I'm sorry, pero ang hirap ng responsibility ng parents. Nakikita ko po from my brother raising my pamangkin. Ang hirap-hirap. Lalo na pag maliit pa, ang kulit-kulit ng pamangkin. Pero syempre siya yung joy ng bahay. So those are bad examples. Pero what about the good example naman of being good siblings? We turn now to the New Testament, to the story of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. Mga BFF yan ni Jesus. Kasi si Jesus po pag pumupunta ng Capernaum, meron siyang headquarters. Yung headquarters na yun yung bahay ng tatlong to na magkakapatid. They were very close and syempre they have their own personalities. Kilala natin si Mary, siguro siya yung mas tahimik na kapatid kasi 'di ba nang pumunta si Jesus, andun siya nakaupo, nakikinig kay Lord. Tapos si Martha siya naman yung parang nanay, siya yung very busy sa pag-aasikaso. Siya naman yung kapatid siguro na mas extroverted. Asikaso dito, asikaso doon, tapos sa sama ng loob, nung hindi nakikita niya, hindi tumutuloy yung kapatid niya. Ay, Lord, sabihin mo nga sa kapatid ko, tumulong siya. Lazarus, we're not really sure what happened. Pero saan pumapasok yung closeness ng relationship nila? Nung si Lazarus nagkasakit. So we know that story na when Lazarus was very, very ill, sabi nila Martha and Mary, nagbigay sila ng message kay Jesus. Your brother Lazarus, the person that you love, is very sick. Come and heal him. Tapos, you know how the story pans out naman, diba? Pero what's noteworthy kasi here is that etong mga magkakapatid, meron silang pinagdaanan. Tapos imbis na mag-away-away sila, imbis na they blame each other, imbis na magsapawan sila para makuha yung inheritance, siguro kasi si Lazarus yung kuya, what do they do first in times of trouble? They turn to Jesus. And then syempre, we know how it resolves. Si Lord binibless niya yung mga ganong family who turn to Him. Kasi pumunta siya doon, patay na si Lazarus. Several days dead na. And then sabi pa ni Martha, tingnan yung closeness ni Martha, nila magkakapatid kay Jesus. Kaya sabihin ni Martha, Lord, kung nandito ka lang na mas maaga, hindi namatay yung kapatid namin. And then Jesus went to the tomb and he wept. Now, Jesus wept. Ganun ka-close si Jesus sa mga magkakapatid na to. And then it was the opportunity for him to show his power and to let people believe in him. Kasi he cries out in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And then out comes the dead man. Miracles can happen when in the midst of our troubles, as siblings, as a family, we turn to Jesus. I think that's a very good solution to our troubles, a very good mode of action for siblings. Kasi I know it all too well. May mga kilala kong pamilya na kapag nagkaroon ng trouble, doon sila nag-aaway-away. Yung mga troubles from the past, naglalabasan. Tapos kahit sa group chat, nagbabangayan sila. Kasi ikaw ganyan. Pero in times of trouble, our model can be Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, who do not blame each other, but turn to Jesus. Diba? So yan po yung ating first point, children have to be patiently taught to treat one another as brothers and sisters. As brothers and sisters in one family, in the family of the Lord. second point, short point ko lang po, is that sabi ni Pope Francis sa paragraph 194, the family introduces fraternity into the world. Gusto ko yung praise ni Pope Francis dito, na the family, God has given the family the job of domesticating the world. Domesticating meaning making the world a domus, a house, a home. Kaya, the church is supposed to be a family of people who may not be related to each other, pero who treat each other as brothers and sisters. That's what we call each other, diba? And if you think about it talaga, paano ko ba tinitreat yung brother and sister ko? Kahit minsan nag-aaway kami, kahit minsan hindi ko gusto yung personality niya, at the end of the day, he's still my brother, he's still my sister. Papatawarin ko pa rin siya. Mamahalin ko pa rin siya. If we extend that kind of relationship to people who are outside of our biological families, talagang mag-iiba yung relationship natin with other people. And I think it's especially relevant kasi ngayong pandemic po, ang daming naghihirap, ang daming nangangailangan ng tulong. Tapos nung December lang, dumating po yung Odette. I was very, very touched by the response of people kasi after nung bagyong Odette, dito po sa Madonna Parish, nagkaroon sila ng program na yung para mga stars of hope, gano'n. Bibili ka ng isang star, tapos worth 500 pesos. Sponsor ka ng isang star, you can sponsor one family. Tapos initially, bibigay nila yun sa mga families na naghihirap dito. Pero after nung Odette, sabi nila lahat ng proceeds na ito, ibibigay natin sa mga naghihirap. And in the first 1 or 2 weeks, ubos yung 500 stars. And then they had to keep to make more. I think it's a beautiful expression of yung brotherhood natin as a church, diba? As a church, we are known as the greatest charity body in the world. And it's especially relevant in those kinds of things. Na when somebody is in need of help, they are also families. They're also my family. They're my brother and sister. I will help them. So the family introduces fraternity into the world. These two things po that I think we can really reflect on. The first is children needing to be patiently taught to treat one another as brothers and sisters. And then second, the family introducing fraternity into the world. Kung ano yung natutunan ko sa aking pamilya, yun yung dadalhin ko sa labas. Ganun ako sa ibang tao. And nawa, lahat po ng mga natutunan natin sa ating pamilya ay maidala natin sa ating pamilya sa bayan ng Diyos. That's my short input po. Thank you very much po.
Ang ganda, Father. Ang ganda. Tama-tama yung sabi nyo, this is very relevant this time sa panahon ngayon. Kasi maraming talagang marami ngayon parang hindi naman sila marami sa family nila. And they're trying to find it somewhere else. Aming mga nakakausap ngayon. Madalas Kaya nga itong program na ito, that we are telling them na hindi kayo nag-iisa.
Tama po, tama. Mahalaga po ngayon na maramdaman natin na hindi tayo nag-iisa. Lalo na kapag, di ba, pandemic po, tapos mag-isolation ka. Ang laki kaya ang laki po ng effect ng isolation na mag-isa ako. Pero pag nandiyan yung family mo or somebody to care for you, ang laking bagay po nun para sa recovery ng tao. Mahalaga po maramdaman na hindi tayo nag-iisa.
So, Father, siguro, bigyan nyo na lang din ng message ngayon, yung mga hindi rin naging sobrang close or nagkaroon ng pag-aaway na there is always hope for them. Di ba po? Sige.
Apo. Para po sa mga families nga na yung nag-away-away or yung mga hindi nga po close, it's never too late. There's always hope po as long as you are willing to be open to each other. And as long as you hold on to the Lord. Gaya nga po dun sa story nila Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. Di ba pag nung may pinagdaanan po yung family nila, lumapit sila kay Lord. Ngayon po, siyempre kanya-kanyang karanasan po tayo sa pamilya, kanya-kanya po mga pinagdadaanan. Kasama na siguro yung mga hindi pagkakaintindihan or yung pag-aaway or COVID, gano'n. During those times, especially in those times, we should turn to the Lord. Tapos makikita natin, pag nalagpasan na po natin yan with the Lord's help, lalo po tayong lumalapit sa isa't isa. I think that's my message po is when your family is going through tough times, you stick to the Lord and you stick to each other and then you will be closer and better off for it.
Yeah.
Kapit, Kapit lang.
Kapit lang. Kapit lang. Kay Lord, kapit sa isa't isa.
Yan ang title natin. Kapit lang.
Kapit lang. Ganda naman po.
Thank you for the title, Father. Okay. So, and for next week, God willing at magkaganda ang ating panahon, ibig sabihin hindi magkaroon ng conflict yung susunod nating speaker, super guest talaga natin, no? Father, kilala niyo, ha?
Ako po yung John the Baptist. Meron po parating who is greater than I.
Bye na tayo sa kanila, Father. Bye!
Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much po, Tito and Tita. And thank you po everybody sa PPAP. God bless po. And take care lagi.
Thank you, Reverend Kevin Cosme, sa inyong sharing this afternoon. No, talagang nakikita natin na talagang ang family talaga is sinasabing andyan, nagsisimula ang love, no? Kaya nga pag nasira ang family, saan ka pupunta? So talagang pinipreserve talaga natin ang relationship ng bawat pamilya.
Ito yung alam mo, gusto ko itong topic nito na to ni Pope Francis, yung sa Amoris Laetitia 195. Kasi ito yung binibigyan niya ng focus na yung sa family, diyan nagsisimula yung ma-develop yung yung character ng mga bata.
Yes.
Na matutong mag-care sa bawat kapatid. Sa loob ng pamilya talagang nangyayari yan, Di ba sa mga kanina sa mga sharing na binigay ni Reverend, sabi nga natin kahit nagkakaroon ng problema or mas lalong nagtutulungan sila pagka nagkaroon ng problema sa family. Yung environment na yon sa family, doon nade-develop yung character na yon. Ibig sabihin, pagka na-develop yon sa within the family, parang natural lang na aabot yon sa outside of the family. Ganun na rin ang kanilang magiging character.
Yes.
Sa family kasi, napapansin ko rin yon. Kahit sa aming magkakapatid, kahit nagkakainisan kami, kahit minsan nag-aaway kami, pero pagka nangailangan ng kapatid ko, or ako nangailangan, tinutulungan talaga
Totoo
kami.
yan. Totoo.
I think the grace of God is in the family.
Yes.
Nag-flow talaga sa family yon. Ayan. Kaya nga yan ang gusto mangyari ni Pope Francis. Even, sabi niya, minsan kasi ang pamilya, isa lang ang anak.
Oo.
So sana raw magkaroon ng paraan kung paano sila matulungan so that yung isang anak niyang yon ay ma-connect pa rin sa iba. So that kahit papano, ma-develop pa rin niya yung makipag-ugnayan sa ibang bata. No? So yung socialization, mabigyan siya ng opportunity.
Yes. At saka sana, pag napakinggan nila itong program na ito, lalo na yung mga bagong kasal, na sana ma-inspire kayo to have more children. Huwag tayo makontento sa isa, dalawa, okay lang, no? Alam naman ni Lord, no? It's a gift na ibibigay sa inyo. Kung ilan ang kaya ninyong alagaan, yun ang ibibigay ni Lord. No, syempre, nandyan yung family planning, pero iba naman yung family planning na talagang ayaw mong magkaanak. Pero yung nagpaplano ka lang kung yung spacing, that's okay. Pero yung ipaplano na ayaw mo na magkaanak, siguro pag-isipan ninyong mabuti. Kasi yan po yung thought nitong sinasabi na maganda talaga yung may magkasamang mga magkakapatid. No? Pero para naman doon sa hindi naman talaga na binibiyayaan ng anak, or isa lang talaga, kahit anong gawin lang, talagang yun lang yung anak nila, there's always hope. Sabi nga ni June na pwede naman siyang ipamingle sa mga kanyang mga pinsan, so may mga kapitbahay na mga kasing-edad din niya, so wag niyo siyang i-seclude, no, na siya lang talaga sa bahay, o overprotective kayo, so kailangan din talagang pakawalan ng konti para meron siyang socialization.
Ayun. So, ang ganda ng parang pangarap ni Pope Francis na kung lahat ng pamilya in their own setting nade-develop yung ganung klaseng yung grace yun, no? Na ibig sabihin, kahit nag-aaway tayo, pag dumating ang pangangailangan, tutulong ako.
Yes.
Nandun na yon, parang nagiging automatic. Nagiging, ano na niya yun, ang tawag doon, yung kanyang virtue or character.
Yes.
Nagiging character na niya yun.
And that is grace. Kasi siya mismo, kahit sobrang galit niya doon sa kapatid niya, no? Nagtataka siya, bakit ba ako tumutulong? Di ba? So may marami kami nga ng mga nakilalang ganyan po, na sobrang galit sa kapatid, pero talagang hindi pa rin nila matiis tulungan. Sana naman, doon naman sa taong sobrang pride din po, no? For all you know, hindi nyo alam, tinutulungan kayo ng kapatid ninyo. Di ba? No? So, kailangan ibaba na natin yung pride natin kasi talagang at the end, talagang pamilya pa rin talaga ang babagsakan natin. Huwag na natin antayin na kung kailan naghihingalo tayo at saka lang tayo, kuya, ate, o sino ka, patawad, ngayon pa lang gawin na natin.
Medyo mabigat na ano yan. Malaking effort ang kailangan ng magulang para ma-set yung environment na yun sa family. No? Ngayon, pagka nangyari yun at lahat ng family nagkaroon ng ganong klaseng karakter, ang mga anak, lahat tayo, ang ganda ng society.
Oo.
Di ba?
Yes. Kaya nga din, huwag din natin kalimutan na tayo mga magulang, magiging sobrang busy tayo sa ating mga trabaho. Ay, para sa anak ko, kailangan magtrabaho. Yung ating prayer life, nalilimutan na natin silang turuan magdasal, no? Turuan ang magsimba tuwing linggo. So, yan yung number one na responsibility natin, mga parents.
Ipasok si Jesus sa kanilang tahanan.
Yes. And doon natin nakikita na pag nandoon si God, no, sa center ng family, everything will fall into place. Ang ganda po talaga. Yan. Okay.
So, maraming salamat kay Rev Kevin Cosme, na napakaganda ng kanyang ibinahagi sa atin. And sana lahat ito ay talagang kumalat sa lahat ng mga pamilya.
Amen. And by the way, bago po kami magpaalam, gusto ko pong i-remind yung ating mga P-poppers, no? Lalo na po yung mga P-poppers na sa online po nakasama, bibigyan po namin kayo ng invitation to join the P-popper chat group. Diyan po namin nilalagay yung Zoom link namin when we meet every Sunday. Nasa inyo po yan kung gusto nyo sumama o hindi. Basta nandyan lang po kayo, pwede nyo anytime, sama kayo or hindi. Basta nakikita nyo yung mga announcement nandyan. And then, also, gusto din namin ipaalala itong February, Valentine's Day. Meron po tayong magandang iniisip na activity for the pre-K na and the post-K na couples na dito na nag-ano sa NHC, no? So, bibigyan namin kayo ng invitation. Para kakamustahin namin kayo. May mga tatawag sa inyo. Kakamustahin kayo. And ganun lang. Kamustahan lang. Sana kausapin nyo sila kung sino man yung maibigay namin sa inyong facility.
Gusto namin kayo maka-experience, no? How it is to feel, to experience, yung meron bang nangungumusta sa'yo.
No? At sila po ay mga P-poppers and hindi po kayo magsisisi kung kakausapin nyo sila. Okay? So, we'll see you again next week. And sana kung walang conflict sa ating speaker next week, abangan nyo. Very special. Okay? So, we'll see you. Bye!